Queen Olivia stood on the bridge of her flagship, staring at the dark expanse of space. Countless stars shone around them, but her mind was focused on the incoming threat. Reports had come in that a hostile fleet was moving toward human territory. The galaxy's oldest law clearly warned, never chase humans. Many had ignored it before and faced ruin, but these enemies did not care. They were bold, and they believed humans were weak, like every other species. Admiral Carter, a strong and confident man, came up beside her. His uniform was simple, but commanded respect. He pointed to the approaching fleet on the holographic display. "We need to prepare," he said. "They're fast, but we know their moves. We can survive this." Olivia nodded. She trusted her people and her plans. She knew humans had survived threats no one else could. General Ethan, a skilled fighter, entered the bridge next. His eyes were sharp, and his movements precise. He had trained for battles like this all his life. "Queen," he said, "our fleet is ready. Pilots are prepared, and the soldiers are armed. If they attack, we can strike first." Olivia gave a small nod. She did not need to speak much. Her presence alone was enough to inspire courage. Captain Liam, one of the fleet leaders, walked in quickly, carrying new intelligence from the scouts. "Queen," he said, "they are more organized than we thought. Their fleet is bigger than our initial estimate. They do not fear us yet, but that will change soon." Olivia turned her gaze to the main screen. The enemy ships were moving in formation. They were confident and arrogant, thinking humans could be scared like any other species. She smiled slightly. Humans were not like others. Humans adapted. Humans fought. Humans survived. "Prepare the fleet," she ordered. "Not wait for them to attack. Strike before they think we are weak." Admiral Carter and General Ethan nodded and moved to give commands. Pilots ran to their ships, mechanics worked quickly to check weapons, and soldiers armed themselves for the fight. The air was tense, but it was not fear. It was readiness. Outside, in the asteroid belt, the first signs of the enemy fleet appeared. Massive ships glided past asteroids, their engines glowing. They sent out signals trying to intimidate the humans. They fired warning shots, but humans did not flinch. Queen Olivia watched calmly. The enemy believed they had the advantage. She gave the signal, and human fighters launched from the flagship. Small, fast ships darted through the asteroid field, moving with perfect coordination. Captain Liam led the first wave. He maneuvered around asteroids, weaving in and out, using the terrain to shield his team. The enemy fired, but their shots hit nothing but rocks. Humans attacked with speed and precision, disabling several enemy ships in moments. General Ethan led another squad from a nearby ship. They approached from a different angle, taking the enemy by surprise. Explosions lit the dark space as humans destroyed more ships. The enemy realized they were facing something different. Humans were not just fighters. They were clever, strategic, and fearless. Queen Olivia directed the battle from her command seat. She coordinated the moves of every ship, every squad. Humans worked together as one unit, striking where it hurt most. Their fleet was smaller, but their skill made up for the numbers. After a long and intense engagement, the enemy retreated slightly, shocked by human strength. They were not used to losing so quickly. Reports from human scouts came in. Several enemy ships were destroyed, and their formation was broken. Olivia breathed slightly easier but remained focused. The fight had only just begun. She knew the enemy would regroup and come back stronger. Humans had to stay ready, or they would face even greater danger. Admiral Carter came to her side again. They both watched the retreating enemy fleet. "They will come again," he said. "We need to be ready." "We will be ready," Olivia replied. Humans do not fear what others fear. We survive, we fight, and we win. The stars around them were quiet for now, but everyone on the bridge knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy had underestimated humans once more, and the next battle would be even harder. But with Queen Olivia leading them, humans had a chance to prove why no one should ever chase them. The enemy fleet had retreated, but Queen Olivia knew it was only temporary. She turned to Admiral Carter and General Ethan on the bridge. "We cannot let them rest," she said. "They will regroup and attack again. We must strike first and show them humans are not weak." The fleet moved quickly through the asteroid belt, using the terrain to hide from enemy sensors. Captain Liam led a squadron of fighters on a reconnaissance mission. They moved silently and efficiently, scanning for any signs of the enemy. General Ethan monitored the communications. There were fragments of enemy chatter. They were frustrated and angry, but they had not learned yet. Humans never fought like others. Humans planned. Humans adapted. Humans survived. Queen Olivia watched the display as reports came in. One of Liam's teams spotted an enemy supply ship. It was vulnerable and far from the main fleet. "Strike it," she ordered. "Take it down quietly, but make sure we capture their data." The squadron moved fast. Their small ships darted between asteroids, invisible until they were close. Liam gave the command to fire. Energy beams struck the supply ship, cutting through its defenses. Explosions lit the dark space. The team boarded the ship, capturing weapons and intelligence. They learned the enemy's plans and weaknesses. Back on the flagship, Queen Olivia studied the data. She realized the enemy was overconfident and disorganized. She smiled slightly. Humans could use this to their advantage. She instructed her fleet to split into multiple paths, creating confusion. The enemy would not know which way humans would strike next. As the humans moved through space, they set traps along their path. Mines hidden in asteroid fields, ambush points near moons, and sudden attacks on small enemy groups. The enemy tried to follow, but humans were always ahead. Captain Liam led one of these attacks. He and his team moved behind an asteroid and waited. When the enemy approached, humans launched a sudden strike. Ships exploded and the enemy faltered. They had never faced tactics like this before. Humans were smart, brave, and relentless. General Ethan led a boarding team to capture a damaged enemy cruiser. They moved quickly and silently, taking control without much resistance. The team learned about the enemy weapons and fleet commands. Humans now had the knowledge to fight smarter. Olivia directed her fleet carefully. Every movement was calculated. Humans could fight with skill, but they could also think faster. She used every advantage the enemy did not expect. Humans struck at weak points, avoiding direct battles unless it favored them. The enemy fleet tried to regroup and attack the humans, but each move was countered. Human ships were faster, smarter, and unpredictable. The enemy suffered heavy losses. They realized chasing humans was a mistake. The oldest law had warned them, but arrogance had made them blind. During one skirmish, Captain Liam faced a large enemy destroyer. His small fighter was nimble, dodging massive weapons. He used the terrain of the asteroid field, weaving between rocks and firing precise shots. The destroyer was hit repeatedly and eventually disabled. The team cheered, but Liam stayed focused. There was no time for celebration. Humans never stopped until victory was complete. General Ethan monitored the entire battlefield from the flagship. He guided squads, redirected forces, and coordinated attacks. Humans moved as one. Even small teams could change the outcome of a fight. Enemy commanders grew frustrated. Their forces were strong, but humans were stronger in skill, courage, and tactics. Queen Olivia addressed her fleet. She praised their bravery, but reminded them to stay alert. The enemy would not give up easily. Humans had survived this far by thinking, planning, and striking when the enemy least expected it. They would continue to do so. As the day ended, the enemy fleet was in retreat again. They had learned a hard lesson. Humans could not be chased, defeated, or underestimated. Queen Olivia looked at Admiral Carter and General Ethan. "The law is broken," she said. "They chased us, and it cost them dearly. But the war is far from over. We must stay ready." Humans had proven once more that they were not like others. They could fight, adapt, and win against impossible odds. The galaxy would remember this battle. Humans were not just survivors. They were unstoppable warriors, ready for anything. The enemy had retreated, but their anger was clear. Queen Olivia studied the reports from scouts. The enemy was regrouping, preparing for another attack. They had broken the oldest law, chasing humans, and now they would pay the price. Admiral Carter came to her side. "We cannot let them gather too many forces," he said. "They are dangerous, but we have the advantage if we strike first." General Ethan nodded. "Humans are faster and smarter. We can set traps and take them by surprise. They do not expect humans to fight like this." Olivia turned to Captain Liam. "Take a squad and move quietly," she said. "Find their hidden positions. Report back immediately. The sooner we know their plans, the better we can act." Liam and his team launched from the flagship. Their ships were small and fast, weaving through asteroid fields to avoid detection. Sensors picked up faint signs of enemy ships hiding behind debris and moons. Humans had learned to move without being seen, a skill no other species mastered so well. As Liam approached, he saw enemy scouts scanning the area. He waited for the perfect moment. Then he gave the signal. The squadron attacked with speed and precision. Energy beams hit the enemy ships before they could react. Explosions lit the dark field. Some ships were destroyed, others disabled. Humans moved in and captured important data about the enemy fleet. Back on the flagship, Queen Olivia studied the intelligence. The enemy was organized, but overconfident. They had underestimated humans again. She smiled slightly. Humans would use this against them. She ordered her fleet to split into multiple paths, creating confusion. The enemy would not know which humans to follow. Meanwhile, General Ethan coordinated small ambushes. Human teams hid near moons and asteroids. When enemy ships passed, humans attacked swiftly. Each attack weakened the enemy and slowed their pursuit. Humans did not waste energy on full battles unless necessary. They struck where it hurt most. During one ambush, Captain Liam led a daring attack on a group of enemy cruisers. The squad used the terrain to avoid detection. They fired quickly, destroying 2 cruisers and damaging another. The enemy scrambled, but humans disappeared before they could respond. Liam reported the success to Queen Olivia. "Excellent," she said. "Keep them guessing. Do not let them recover." Humans survive because they adapt faster than anyone else. The enemy fleet tried to chase humans again. They split into groups, hoping to surround the human fleet. But humans anticipated this. General Ethan guided small teams to attack the isolated enemy ships. One by one, enemy ships fell or retreated. Humans had the advantage of speed, planning, and courage. Queen Olivia watched carefully. Humans were proving that no one should chase them. They fought with skill and courage that few had ever seen. The enemy realized their mistake too late. They could not predict human strategy, and they could not match human resilience. Captain Liam returned to the flagship with his team. They reported enemy losses and positions. Olivia studied the map. Humans had set the battlefield to their favor. Every ambush, every strike, every movement had been planned to weaken the enemy and protect the fleet. "We will keep pressing," Olivia said. "Humans do not wait for others to act. We strike first and strike hard." Admiral Carter agreed. "The enemy will regret chasing us. They broke the law, and now they will see what humans can do." As the fleet moved forward, humans prepared for the next attack. The galaxy had underestimated them again. Humans were not like others. They were strong, smart, and unstoppable when threatened. Every pilot, soldier, and leader knew this. Humans had survived this long because they never gave up and never feared the impossible. Queen Olivia stood on the bridge watching the stars. The enemy would chase again, but humans were ready. The galaxy would remember this day. Humans had shown that breaking the law against chasing them brought nothing but failure and disaster. They were humans, fearless, and ready for any fight. The enemy had lost several ships and was forced to retreat, but Queen Olivia knew the war was far from over. She called a meeting with Admiral Carter, General Ethan, and Captain Liam on the bridge of the flagship. "We cannot let them recover," she said. "We strike again while they are weak. Humans do not wait. We attack when they are most vulnerable." Admiral Carter nodded. "Our squads are ready. Pilots and soldiers are prepared for any order. We can hit their supply lines and cut their strength." General Ethan added, "We can also capture enemy technology. It will give us an advantage in the next battle. Humans survive because we use every advantage we find." Queen Olivia made the decision. Humans would take the fight to the enemy. Captain Liam led a small strike team toward the enemy's forward base. They moved through the asteroid belt, hiding from sensors and staying in shadows. The team was silent and fast, prepared for any fight. As Liam's squad approached, they saw the enemy defenses. Humans were ready, used small, precise attacks, hitting weak points first. Energy beams cut through shields, and explosions rocked the base. Enemy soldiers tried to fight back, but humans moved too quickly. Liam and his team boarded the base, capturing weapons and technology. They gathered information that would help humans plan the next moves. Back on the flagship, Queen Olivia studied the captured data. She smiled slightly. The enemy was overconfident, and unprepared for humans. Humans could take small risks that others would avoid, and those risks paid off. She ordered the fleet to use this new information for the next attack. General Ethan coordinated attacks on enemy supply lines. Humans struck at vulnerable ships and stations. The enemy tried to defend, but humans were too fast and clever. Every attack weakened the enemy fleet and morale dropped. Humans were relentless, moving with precision and courage. Captain Liam led another mission, targeting an enemy cruiser. He used the asteroid field for cover and struck when the enemy least expected it. The cruiser exploded in a bright flash, leaving the enemy fleet confused and demoralized. Humans had shown that strategy and bravery could defeat superior numbers. Queen Olivia directed the fleet from the command bridge. Every ship, every pilot, every soldier moved as part of a coordinated plan. Humans were not just fighters. They were a single force acting with skill and intelligence. The enemy could not match this level of coordination. During a skirmish near a small planet, General Ethan led a team to capture an enemy weapons station. Humans moved quickly, disabling defenses and taking control. The station provided critical information about enemy plans and technology. Humans now had the upper hand, and the enemy realized their mistakes. Queen Olivia addressed the fleet. Humans had proven their strength, but the fight was not over. We strike when they are weak and vanish when they are strong. Humans survive because we are brave, smart, and united. We fight as one and never give up. Admiral Carter looked at the battlefield reports. Enemy ships were scattered and retreating. Humans had taken the initiative and would not stop. The enemy had broken the law by chasing humans, and now they faced disaster for their arrogance. The fleet moved forward, ready for the next attack. Humans had captured technology, disrupted supplies, and shown the galaxy why no one should ever chase them. Queen Olivia stood on the bridge, confident and focused. The enemy would return, but humans were ready. Humans fought differently, and the galaxy would remember their courage and skill. Every soldier, pilot, and leader knew humans could survive anything and win any battle. Queen Olivia knew the enemy would not give up easily. They had broken the oldest law by chasing humans, and now they were desperate. She gathered Admiral Carter, General Ethan, and Captain Liam on the bridge of the flagship. "We set the next trap," she said. "Humans survive by planning and striking when others do not expect it. The enemy will fall into our hands." Admiral Carter studied the map. The asteroid field ahead was dense and dangerous. It was perfect for ambushes. The enemy would think it was difficult to navigate, but humans would use it to their advantage. General Ethan nodded. "We can split into small squads. We hide and strike at their vulnerable ships. They will not see us coming." Queen Olivia gave the order. The fleet split into multiple groups, moving quietly through the asteroids. Captain Liam led one squadron, weaving through rocks and shadows. Sensors detected enemy ships, moving toward them, confident and unaware of the trap. As the enemy entered the asteroid corridor, humans struck. Small fighters attacked first, hitting weak points. Energy beams cut through shields, and explosions lit the dark field. Enemy ships tried to escape, but the corridor limited their movements. Humans hit again and again, destroying and disabling ships quickly. Liam led his squadron deeper into the corridor, attacking isolated enemy cruisers. The enemy tried to fire back, but humans moved too fast. Every maneuver was precise, and every strike counted. Several enemy ships were destroyed, and the rest were forced to retreat, shaken and confused. General Ethan led another squad, targeting enemy supply vessels. Humans attacked from unexpected angles, capturing some ships and destroying others. The enemy could not recover, and their morale fell further. Humans were relentless, striking with courage and skill. Queen Olivia watched the battlefield from the flagship. She coordinated attacks, guiding squads to strike at the most vulnerable points. Humans fought as one unit, with intelligence and bravery. The enemy could not match this level of coordination. During the ambush, Captain Liam boarded a damaged enemy cruiser. His team moved quickly, capturing weapons and important intelligence. They learned more about enemy plans and weaknesses. Humans would use this in the next attack. Admiral Carter reported from another part of the corridor. Enemy ships were trapped, and human teams were striking efficiently. Humans had set a battlefield that the enemy could not escape. They had proven again that chasing humans was a fatal mistake. Queen Olivia addressed the fleet. Humans survive and win because we fight smart and bold. We take risks that others avoid and strike when the enemy is weakest. We are not afraid, and we do not stop. Today, humans show the galaxy that anyone who chases us faces ruin. The battle ended with the enemy retreating once more. Their fleet was scattered and damaged. Humans had set the trap perfectly, using intelligence, courage, and speed. Every pilot, soldier, and leader knew that humans were unstoppable when united and focused. Queen Olivia stood on the bridge looking at the stars. The enemy would return, but humans would be ready. They had proven their strength and skill in this battle. The galaxy had learned another lesson. Breaking the law against chasing humans led to destruction. Humans survived, humans fought, and humans won again. The legend of their courage and strategy would grow stronger with every fight.
Queen Olivia knew the enemy would not stop until they were destroyed. They had broken the oldest law by chasing humans, and now they were desperate for revenge. She called Admiral Carter, General Ethan, and Captain Liam to the bridge. "We must finish this," she said. "Humans survive and win because we act before the enemy can recover. We strike hard and fast." Admiral Carter studied the battlefield. Enemy forces were regrouping for one last attack. Their remaining ships were concentrated near a small planet. It would be risky, but humans could use this to trap them completely. General Ethan nodded. "Humans have speed and strategy on our side. We can divide into squads, attack from multiple directions, and surround them. They will not know what hit them." Queen Olivia gave the order. The fleet split into attack groups, moving quickly toward the planet. Captain Liam led a squadron through an asteroid field, hidden from enemy sensors. Small fighters darted between rocks, ready to strike at the right moment. The enemy advanced toward the humans, confident and angry. They thought they could overwhelm the smaller human fleet. They did not expect humans to plan such a precise trap. Humans waited until the enemy was fully in position. Then they attacked from all sides. Energy beams cut through shields, and explosions shook the planet's orbit. Enemy ships tried to escape, but humans had blocked all routes. The enemy was trapped. Captain Liam led a daring strike on the largest enemy cruiser. His squad moved fast, dodging enemy fire and hitting weak points. The cruiser exploded in a bright flash, causing chaos in the enemy formation. Humans were everywhere, striking with skill and precision. General Ethan led another team to disable enemy weapons stations near the planet. Humans moved quickly and efficiently, cutting off enemy firepower. The enemy was forced to retreat or be destroyed. Morale collapsed as humans struck again and again. Queen Olivia coordinated the fleet from the flagship. She directed attacks at weak points, ensured squads did not collide, and made sure humans moved as one powerful force. The enemy could not respond effectively. Humans had shown that intelligence, courage, and teamwork were stronger than numbers alone. During the battle, Liam and his team boarded another enemy cruiser. They captured weapons, disabled systems, and gathered intelligence. Humans learned every weakness the enemy had, making future attacks even easier. The enemy realized their mistake in chasing humans. They had underestimated speed, strategy, and human courage. Admiral Carter reported from a distant position. Enemy ships were scattered and retreating. Humans had destroyed their command ships, taken technology, and broken the enemy's will to fight. Humans had shown that breaking the law against chasing them led only to ruin. Queen Olivia addressed the fleet. Humans survive and win because we plan, we act, and we fight together. We take risks others will not, and we strike when the enemy is weakest. Today, humans have shown the galaxy that anyone who chases them faces complete destruction. The battle ended with the enemy fleet in full retreat. The planet was safe, and humans had proven their strength and strategy once again. Every pilot, soldier, and leader knew humans were not just survivors, they were warriors. They were clever, fearless, and unstoppable. Queen Olivia looked at the stars, proud of her fleet. The enemy would not return easily, and the galaxy would remember the lesson. Humans fought differently, humans fought smart, and humans won. The legend of their courage and skill would grow with every battle, proving that no one should ever chase humans.
Queen Olivia knew this would be the final confrontation. The enemy had chased humans and suffered many losses. They were desperate and ready for one last attack. She called Admiral Carter, General Ethan, and Captain Liam to the bridge. "Today we end this," she said. "Humans fight smart, fast, and together. We strike with precision and courage. The enemy will learn that chasing humans brings only ruin." Admiral Carter studied the battlefield. The remaining enemy ships were regrouping near a large asteroid belt. It was risky, but humans could turn it into their trap. Small ships and squads could move unseen, striking where the enemy least expected. General Ethan nodded. "We split into attack teams. Each team hits from a different direction. They will be confused and trapped. Humans survive because we plan and strike first." Queen Olivia gave the order. The fleet split into multiple squads, moving through the asteroid belt. Captain Liam led one squadron weaving between rocks and shadows. Small fighters approached enemy ships silently, waiting for the perfect moment to attack. The enemy fleet advanced, thinking they could overwhelm the smaller human force. They did not expect humans to set such a precise trap. Humans waited, hidden, and then struck from all sides. Energy beams hit shields, explosions lit the field, and the enemy was caught in chaos. Captain Liam led a strike against the largest enemy cruiser. His team moved quickly, dodging fire and hitting weak points. The cruiser exploded, leaving the enemy in disarray. Humans attacked from multiple directions, destroying more ships and capturing others. General Ethan led a team to disable enemy command ships. Humans moved fast and carefully, cutting off communications and weapon systems. The enemy fleet could not regroup or fight back effectively. Humans had turned the battlefield into a trap they could not escape. Queen Olivia coordinated the entire fleet. She guided squads to weak points, ensured attacks were precise, and made sure every human ship moved as one strong force. The enemy could not respond. Humans fought with intelligence, bravery, and teamwork. They were unstoppable. During the battle, Liam and his squad boarded another enemy ship. They captured weapons, disabled systems, and gathered crucial intelligence. Humans learned every weakness the enemy had. The enemy realized their fatal mistake in chasing humans. They had underestimated speed, strategy, and courage. Admiral Carter reported enemy losses. The fleet was scattered, retreating, and broken. Humans had destroyed the last strong enemy ships, captured technology, and secured victory. Humans had proven that breaking the law against chasing them led only to failure. Queen Olivia addressed the fleet. "Humans survive and win because we plan, act, and fight together. We take risks others avoid, and strike when the enemy is weakest. Today, humans have shown the galaxy that anyone who chases them faces total defeat. The battle ended with humans victorious. The enemy fleet fled in defeat, never to challenge them again. Humans have protected their territory, captured technology, and proven their strength and skill. Every pilot, soldier, and leader knew humans were fearless, clever, and unstoppable. Queen Olivia looked at the stars, proud of her fleet. Humans had survived impossible attacks and won. The galaxy would remember the lesson. Humans fought differently, fought smart, and won. Their courage, skill, and strategy would become legendary, proving that no one should ever chase humans.